Say hello. Say hello. Oh my gosh. I really should not be letting him jump on me, but... Oh. Sometimes he's just so freaking cute. I have to. Isn't that right, bud? Isn't that right? I'm so sorry. I have to leave him outside. Currently doing some laundry. I feel like I'm always doing laundry every time I record these videos, but I'm doing some laundry in preparation. This is not going well. I'm doing some laundry in preparation to head to DC for 4th of July weekend, staying with my family, doing a little bar crawl, and doing some podcast planning with Aunt Marie in person on Sunday. Very excited. We have like a little coffee shop business meeting that we're gonna be doing. So we're gonna go to my favorite little cafe. Honestly, I'm dreading the bar crawl a little bit just because I'm not as young as I used to be and I don't know how well. Oh no. Maui! Was that my AirPods? Hey! Golden Retriever problems. He's so cute. So I don't know how well I'm gonna do at this bar crawl because it has been a while and I'm an old lady that gets really crazy hangovers now. So it'll be fun. I'm excited to see all my friends and have a good time, but I am nervous for Sunday morning. So I'm also excited because we'll be seeing my nieces, hanging out with my family a little bit. It'll be some really good catch-up time. So I'll make sure to record it all and keep you guys updated. But yes, for now I'm doing some laundry before we head out and get dinner and pack. I really don't want to pack because we're actually going for like a whole week. We're not going for just the weekend. We're going to be there through next Friday probably. So I'm also getting my hair done because I have a guy in DC and I literally go all the way to DC to get my hair done instead of finding a place in New York, but that's okay. Me trying to record doing this. It's supposed to go over here. Gosh, that was a waste. Just dropped these clean shorts into dirty water. Now, after rinsing them out, they're going to take so long to dry. By the way, LOL at my line dry setup. It's the only place in the apartment to really hang clothes. What do you guys do for your like workout clothes or delegates, or do you just dry them? Like, let me know if you just dry them. I know a lot of people don't care and they just wind up throwing them in the dryer. I'm very cautious because I love my workout clothes, but I don't know. Where do you guys hang your delicate clothes? I always wonder what other people do because I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overly cautious. I don't know. I actually want to show you guys like my laundry routine, even though most of you will probably think it's crazy and like way too intense. But I actually just saw this girl on TikTok the other day who is even more intense about her laundry than I am, and people love it. So I don't know, maybe it's worth a shot. So I realized that I didn't record any updates while I was in DC whatsoever, and I'm trying to get better about that. I really am, but I think I need to get better at it in my home life before I get better at it while I'm visiting family and friends in DC. I always have a harder time like concentrating on other stuff when I'm there just because I'm always trying to catch up with friends and family and have all these places that I miss that I want to go see and do and all of these things, so I don't keep up with things as well there. I will try to be better about recording when I'm around DC because obviously I am a New York City and DC content creator, or attempting to be, so I will do a better job about recording and updating while I'm there. However, I got some of the important food places I went to. I got a day in Georgetown. So let me just backtrack and I'll update you guys kind of about what we did while we were there. I feel like I'm like shaking this camera really hard. We decided to leave Saturday morning. We woke up really early. I think it was like 5. Finished packing our bags. I'm definitely a morning of packer. I don't really pack the night before because then you have to unpack and repack things like your toothbrush, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure if I got in a routine of this, it would be okay. My world wouldn't end, but I just don't like unpacking to repack everything. So I wake up in the morning, I get what I need, and I roll out. And I'm more of a morning person anyway, so packing the night before isn't gonna do much good for me. So I woke up at 5, packed everything. We headed out the door, I wanna say an hour 30 later, and we booked it to get to DC so that we could make it back in time to say hi to my parents, drop off the dog, exercise Maui some, and then get ready to go to the bar crawl. We made it. We did all of the above and wound up going to my friend's who lives in Arlington, right outside of DC, and we started the pregame there. It was so fun. No one made the bar crawl. We then went into DC to hang out at another pregame very close to DuPont where the bar crawls were, but we didn't make the bar crawl. As soon as we rolled out of the pregame, all of the bars were cutting off their entrances, and this is so typical of my friend group, so I didn't really care. It was kind of chaotic to begin with. No one got the same bar crawl. I don't know. So we just went on our own little tour of DuPont, went to our own like favorite spots. We started at Public Bar because that one was the one we did actually make it in time to get the deals for. So we got some drinks at Public Bar and then we moved over to Soft House. I really enjoy Soft House mostly because I'm a beer girl, but also it's just really fun. I feel like they stepped it up over the last few years because, or my interests have changed because right out of college, I didn't feel like Soft House was super fun. So they either stepped it up or my interests changed. I don't know. But it's a ton of fun. I really enjoyed that environment and I was happy to just be around my friends. I was having a good time and definitely was not upset about the bar crawl because the important thing to me was hanging out with my friends and catching up with them. So Reed and I are grandmas and grandparents. We are grandparents. And 8 o'clock came around. We've been drinking since 2, I want to say. I think it was like 2 we got to the pregame. And I just wanted to cuddle up with my dog and watch Vampire Diaries. And I feel bad now leaving Maui with my parents for such an extended period of time. So we try not to be gone for a ton of hours at a time when we're in the area now. So he was with them, but we just wanted to cuddle up with him and watch some Vampire Diaries, honestly, and then go to sleep. We'd had like a long enough day. I can't do the day and night thing anymore. It's either day or night. For me, you do not get both. So we got Surfside, which is one of my favorite spots in DC. I feel like the food there is always so good. The steak in the steak quesadillas is so fresh. I love, love, love Surfside. Highly recommend if you're in DuPont Circle or around the area. They're open late too, so then we went home and got back to my parents' place. Part of the reason I also didn't want to stay out super late is because Amory and I had a business meeting for the podcast Sunday morning. So I woke up early actually I was hanging out with my nieces earlier in the morning. So I was really glad to be able to see my nieces and my nephew when I went back home. That's always a big key factor of me going home. I love being able to see my nieces and nephew, and like they're just growing so fast, so I like hanging out with them and now like playing with Maui with them. But woke up early to do that and then went to DC to meet up with Anne Marie for our business meeting for the podcast. I'm so excited, and we had a very productive 2 to 3 hour meeting. Was not expecting it to be that long, but we went to Tate. I genuinely don't know how to say it, and I say it different every time. Like everyone pronounces it different around me. Someone, I swear, knows the name, but Tati. I think it's Tati Bakery, and it's like around Logan Circle, I believe. It's on M Street. I know that much. It is on M Street. There's a couple different locations, but I really love this location. It's very big. The windows make it super airy, and I just love the environment. So anyway, not that any of that matters. That mattered while we were waiting for food. But we met up outside and got our cute little drinks and discussed everything for the podcast. And then we just kind of walked around DC, took Maui to a dog park so he could get some energy out because it's kind of hard for him to be cooped up. Well, he went for a walk around DC as well. And we just took him to the dog park because I love to let him off leash a lot too, and that's obviously hard to do in the middle of a city. So we took him to a dog park, and then we headed out west in Virginia, not West Virginia, we went west in Virginia, about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to meet up with my friend Lizzie for her I Do barbecue, so that was super fun. And then we came back home. The rest of the DC trip was a bit more relaxing. I just kind of hung back with family, had some date time with Reed. During the week, we had a crazy busy work week, so we didn't do a whole lot, just trying to balance that and hang out with Maui. Friday, we had a cute date night in Logan Circle, and we went to Barcelona Wine Bar, which is one of my favorite places in DC. We had amazing paella and some yummy tapas. I think we had albondigas and croquetas. So those were really good. And then after that, we went to the Georgetown AMC to see Thor, which honestly, tell me your thoughts on it. I was a little disappointed. I mean, I don't know. It was funny. I'll give it that. It was really funny, but I did expect more, and I feel like they could do more with Thor. It is what it is. Saturday, we just kind of actually stuck around my family's area and did a cute little date day. My parents actually live in a suburb outside of DC. They don't live in DC, so we walked to the little downtown area, got some Subway because I'd weirdly been craving Subway, and then we got some ice cream, got Maui some ice cream, and just walked around, went to a local farmer's market around there and bought some cherries. We ended the day by going into DC and getting dinner at Perry's Restaurant, which is a rooftop sushi restaurant in Adams Morgan, and it was really good. Like, Reed, who is a sushi snob, said that it is some of the best sushi he's had in his life. I can't say I'm a sushi snob, but I do like sushi, but I wouldn't say my palate is refined enough to be the judge of that. But I do love Perry's Restaurant, and it's actually the place where I started liking sushi to begin with. So it's also just a really cute vibe. Highly recommend if you're in the area. And then we wound up going out and hanging out in DuPont with some of my friends. Went to Mayflower Club, and I think we wound up ending the night at Cafe Citron. So it was fun, and then we woke up and drove back on Sunday. bring you guys along on my next DC trip and hopefully actually record more while I'm there. So stay tuned for that and some more upcoming videos. I have a day in my life plan that I'm going to post, and hopefully I'll get a little bit more consistent and be able to crank these out closer to when I actually record them. So see you guys soon.